Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's got everyone talking. Is China taking over Russia's $100 billion oil and gas project? If the rumors are true, this would mark a significant shift in global energy and politics. But there are so many aspects to consider. So the answer may not be a simple yes or no. Let's unpack the details together, shall we? First, let's talk about the context behind this speculation. Since 2022, Western sanctions have forced Russia to find new partners in the global market, especially for its oil and gas businesses. In the past, European countries were the consistent collaborators for Russia, but after the conflict in Ukraine, these doors seem to close fast. So, where did Russia turn to? China, its powerful neighbor to the east. China has made itself known as the world's largest energy consumer, so it's always on the lookout for reliable and affordable energy sources to fuel its massively growing economy. Looking deeper into it, Russia has what China needs: lots and lots of oil and gas. So, over the past several years, these two powerful nations have been working together, forging closer ties, signing legal agreements, and planning pipelines. Recently, rumors have been swirling. Reports are saying that China isn't just a buyer, they might actually be taking over entire operations. Where did these takeover rumors start? There's a twist. The rumors don't specify which project the $100 billion specifically refers to, just that it's an oil and gas business. Anyway, one possible candidate for this takeover is the Power of Siberia 2 pipeline. This venture is a huge undertaking. It's a 2,600-kilometer pipeline through Mongolia that's designed to deliver gas straight to China. Before anything else, let me give you a basic background on how oil and gas projects work, so this video will make a little more sense. A green-lighted project involves several key stages, beginning with exploration and appraisal. This initial phase is where experts identify potential sites to work on. Geologists and geophysicists use science-backed techniques like seismic analysis and modeling to locate underground reservoirs. If a viable site is found, exploration wells are drilled to help managers determine if there are hydrocarbons beneath. Next, there are feasibility studies and conceptual designs, which help developers assess the plan's viability, including potential yields and costs. During this stage, elaborate requirements and investments are outlined for clarity. The third part consists of front-end engineering and design. Developers create detailed plans and specifications covering everything important, from equipment to materials. The next phase, construction and installation, is the second most crucial part of the operation, where the plans become a reality. The site is prepared, massive drilling rigs are assembled, and pipelines and processing plants are installed. This phase lays the groundwork for the actual extraction of oil and gas. Once everything is constructed, the field enters the production phase, which is essentially the most important part. Here, oil and gas are extracted and processed. Field managers continuously monitor the site to ensure everything goes according to plan, and that all workers are operating as they should. This phase can last from 15 to over 50 years, depending on field size and production techniques. Finally, the last portion of the project involves decommissioning and abandonment. Eventually, when the oil and gas project is no longer economically viable and has served its purpose, the field is decommissioned. What is this? This is when facilities are dismantled, wells are safely plugged, and the site is rehabilitated to minimize environmental impact. Throughout this entire process, managers regularly assess if all safety and environmental regulations are being followed. Geologists, engineers, and environmental specialists work tirelessly to ensure that each stage adheres to standards and plans. Now, going back to the main topic, what we've discovered is that Russia is trying its best not to cede control of its energy resources to China. Russia's biggest oil and gas projects are primarily owned and operated by the state. But what's actually happening behind the scenes is that Russia is becoming increasingly reliant on China. How? Through investment. Why? Because Western companies and technologies are no longer viable options due to sanctions following the Russo-Ukrainian War. So, for instance, the Power of Siberia 2 is being backed by significant funding from Chinese investors, meaning China is supplying Russia with equipment that European countries have stopped giving them. Who knows what this collaboration may bring to the world in the future? There's a chance they'll eventually feed each other more power, leading to them becoming two of the most powerful countries in the world. But that's just one of the possibilities. Going back, we must face the reality that China is unquestionably working hard to grow its influence. In exchange for the investments, China is getting energy at discounted rates. According to some experts, this could give China a significant advantage over Russia as time goes by. Down the road, this dynamic could lead Russia to make concessions or give China preferential treatment in future deals. Therefore, while not an immediate takeover, China is slowly becoming a much more influential partner in Russia's energy sector. The new pipeline projects come with long-term contracts that lock in lower prices for China compared to what Russia used to get from European nations. This is expected to continue, with China potentially becoming Russia's primary, if not exclusive, customer for certain projects. With China as a customer, Russia can find greater stability in its prospects, thus stabilizing the economy. And for all we know, China is a resource-hungry country, making it a perfect client for projects like this one. Large-scale oil and gas programs are lucrative national assets, with the power to influence the country's geopolitical health. Even though they're labor-intensive, they also generate substantial income. Gas and oil projects involve exploration, extraction, and transport of resources, backed by national energy corporations. Given Russia's heavy reliance on energy exports, China's consistent demands can provide Russians with stability through steady cash flow and reduced dependency on European markets. At a national level, these income-generating ventures substantially contribute to the national budget, supporting public services and infrastructure. The development of pipelines and transit systems for oil and gas often accelerates regional development, creating jobs and business opportunities. However, China's takeover of Russia's $100 billion oil and gas project carries several important disadvantages. First, there's a geopolitical risk. This relationship that China is building with Russia could draw in more Western sanctions, potentially impacting China's economy and global standing. Financially, the project isn't as risk-free as both countries hope, especially with the massive sums involved. We're literally talking billions of dollars. Managing this extensive project within Russia's complex political and regulatory environment could pose more challenges than benefits. Lastly, the environmental impact of a large-scale operation like this one could incite domestic criticism, complicating China's push for a greener image. In the end, what does this initiative mean for the rest of the world? It shows that geopolitical power isn't just about outright control, it's also about influence. China's expanding role in Russian energy and economy sector is just one piece of a much larger puzzle, impacting global gas costs and regional stability. So, the next time you see a headline about this topic, take a moment to look deeper. Let us know in the comments what you think about this partnership. Your insights are valuable to us. Are China and Russia teaming up for good, or will it eventually lead to more challenges for the rest of the world? If you liked this video, make sure to watch our other videos for more insights.